How to Please a Woman in the Bedroom 101. Now, for the men who clicked on today's video, hello and welcome to my channel. This channel really is about bringing back a sacred component to our sexuality that can really help us attune each other, not only to our deepest desires of what we're wanting out of relationships, but also staying intact upon your own integrity and values. Now, let's be honest, sexuality is everywhere in our society today. Advertisements, music videos, movies, you name it. You could be walking down the street and see someone half naked and it's acceptable and it's normal. And I'm not here to shame sexuality. I'm not here to, judge any single person on what they choose to do within their own sexual experiences they have. But what I am here to do is to bring forth an amount of knowledge that can help set you guys up to feel really fulfilled through the act of having sex. Because I personally believe that sex is not a casual thing. Casual is something that the hookup culture in our modern day society is fueling our younger generation to believe, that the act of sex is something just to get off to, or to get someone to like you more, or have a deeper investment in you. So with that being said, the advice I want to give the men today is truthfully here to set you guys up to know what a woman truly desires when having sex with you. Because you've heard it before, women really do value emotional connection over anything. A lot of women are getting undressed for men to not only validate an insecurity they have, but also to win men over. A man's greatest weakness is a woman, and a woman's sexuality is a powerful force in a man's life. And it's harsh to say that a lot of men, once they sleep with a woman, they've kind of already got what they were looking for. And to the men right now who are listening and they just want a deeper understanding of how to actually please a woman, I want to applaud you, because this is something that a lot of men don't really care to know. It's all about just getting off. And trust me, when you and your woman, or you and the person you're, committing to having sex with, when you guys can actually learn about what the other person is experiencing and their deepest desires going into something that intimate, it's going to set you up to actually feel really great after the act, and not just valuing the climax to the orgasm and then it being over. Sex is something that actually can't just be over once it's done. That person's energy is now lingering within your own energetic field. It is a connection. And to understand that first and foremost is going to be a great place to start when discerning the people you want to sleep with. Are they clean energetically? If not, they're going to be transferring a lot of their own data onto you unconsciously. And this is something that is not taught in our society today. And this isn't something to scare a person, but it is something to be aware of. A woman truly desires intentionality when going into sex with her. She wants to feel safe. A woman who can't feel safe while having sex is someone who is not going to even feel pleasure during it, because she's going to be so over attached to the thoughts going through her head of, am I doing okay? Does he like what he sees? Am I performing okay? Is he getting off? All of these things that are taking her out of the present moment and actually allowing her to block herself energetically to you. And this is something a man, if you have enough awareness, you will be able to feel that. So in order to make a safe space for a woman, put some intention behind it. Light an incense, maybe dim the lights a little bit. That will make a woman feel more comfortable going into having sex with you. Put away distractions. Allow her to notice the intentionality you're putting through having sex. It's not something that you're just doing to do. And it's fast moving. Slow down the pace. Slow it down and bring more thoughtfulness to the experience, especially if this is your first time having sex with this person. Now, obviously, it can be exciting to be all hot and heavy in the moment. And if that's something that naturally happens, then that's naturally happening, and that's up to you guys to really allow that experience in. But if you're a man right now wanting more intentionality behind understanding a woman's desires in the bedroom and how to really please her, she will take great notice to the little things you do that allow her to feel safe and secure in the moment of, becoming that intimate with you. And something the hookup culture in our society today doesn't reflect on is the importance of having emotional security and safety, having emotional security and connection before going into sex. For a man, he doesn't really need to have his emotions involved in sex. He can turn that off and turn that on when he wants. But for women, we are not the same. We do make those emotional bonds after sex, and people can disregard that as not being true, but it's a part of our makeup. And I think it's a beautiful thing that we should not discount. It's there actually for our safety. And I think for a man to go over what the woman you're desiring sexual needs are, what her sexual experience in the past is, her boundaries, what she wants to explore. This is giving you a great idea of her comfortability and how comfortable she will be in that interaction instead of kind of guessing while you're having sex. This is something that can add anxiety already to this already pretty anxious experience, especially if this is like your first time or someone that you really love and you really like and you don't want to mess it up. I think having those intentional conversations beforehand can give you more ease going into it and really help you guys out in just having that deeper understanding of your guys' past sexual experiences and your boundaries going into your guys' sexual experience. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Women need foreplay. Sex without foreplay is a woman not being able to get off unless she has a vibrator or something. Seriously, you guys, do not discount how important it is for a woman to feel seen by you and acknowledged by you. Foreplay is an act of care you have for her own pleasure. You know, if you're rushing it or you're doing it too fast and wanting her to perform in a way that maybe you've seen in porn or, you know, sexual scenes, those scenes aren't real. And a woman actually, for her to get off, it takes a little bit, okay? It doesn't take just a flick of the bean or a rub here and a rub there. It takes time. And I think that's the importance of having that intentionality going into sex, because you're allowing her not only to feel safe and comfortable, which will allow her to open to you quicker, but it also allows you guys to have that more intimate bond with one another. And the slower in the beginning, the better in the end. It'll allow you guys to actually make it to the climax together instead of you kind of racing to the top and her being left behind. So engage in foreplay, kissing, neck kissing, touching, communication during in a way that can invoke some sort of excitement, and acknowledgement to her. Perhaps you're complimenting her. This is going to set you guys up to really allow her to feel pleasure throughout the whole thing and out of her anxious mind and into the moment with you. And just to clarify, women are not performance monkeys. Like, I feel like porn has done such a disservice to the men who have learned about sex through websites like this. It's not just a 2-minute one and done thing. The act of sex is something that is sacred. It's something that is worth having with someone that you actually love and want to connect to, and be able to transfer positive energy rather than suppressed energy by the act of doing it through hooking up. Hooking up is something that is celebrated in our society today. And obviously, we all have free will to do whatever it is that we want to do with our sexuality. And I'm not here to fight that. But I am here to give you guys kind of the rundown of how to really please a woman. And a woman wants thoughtfulness, intentionality, presence, and safety. For her to really experience the climax with you, for her to open to you, to have better sex coming from a better place of understanding of what a woman truly desires. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, I hope it helped you. I hope you can take into account what I said and apply it to, your sexual interaction. And I'm sure the women in your life will experience the intentionality going into it. So if you guys liked today's video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.